Welcome back to a closer look. Giving the unfortunate opportunities in life is what keeps the Kumura Foundation going in the remote parts of Usino-Bundi in the Medang province. Let's take a closer look at the Kumura Foundation, which looks after orphans and children living in Usino-Bundi area, providing them with education opportunities.
Usino-Bundi district in the Medang province is one of a remote district with a dire need for government services such as health, education and road infrastructures. The district is geographically situated between Medang and Simbu province. Seeing that the much needed services are not provided, Kumura Foundation stepped in to assist with the little they can to help provide basic service like health and education in the Bundi Rural LLG, which is around 22 council wards. Founder for Kumura Foundation, Vincent Kumura, said they started providing first aid to people in 2013 and officially started the foundation in 2017, focusing in 4 goals to provide for the children.
So, people looking at some plenty basic services has been dropping. So, the foundation now started focusing on rural health, education, community service, now all sustainable development projects. So if you heard about the Maratha Festival, Snowpass Eco Lodge, we're doing some good things in the tourism space as part of the Sustainable Development Project. We've supported more coffee farmers, we've done workshops for them, we've opened more bank accounts, planted something in the Sustainable Development space. And in child education, we've rolled over 70,000 Kinawera scholarships. We've donated about 20,000 library books, schools in Bundi. Inside North Simbu as well. Right now, people are building one dormitory, smart, and we're accommodating 74 students. And one big player investment or Lily community-based organization in support of the Sir Brian Ball Foundation.
Education is a major goal of the foundation, seeing that reaching Medang is quite difficult due to the distance of the district to Medang. The foundation took the children to Simbu in Gambok district, which is reachable by road. The children were enrolled in schools in Gambok district.
Most of the remote schools in Bundi are not producing students to the university level as we used to about 20 years ago. So a lot of students, about 98%, would come back because they don't have a strong foundation. It's been very shaky. So we want to make sure that at least in this bunch of students, the group of students that we have, at least we can send 15 or 10 of them directly to university. That will really give a facelift to our initiative and also produce human resources, not only for the nation, but also for Bundi.
Recently, during the term to break for schools, the foundation organized a summer art camp where they took the children back to Bundi, where the camp was staged. Students participated in doing paintings and a mini cultural show was held.
But this year, there is a shift because of the funding challenges that we have. So we decided to have something that's different, but also very educational. So we decided to have them exposed to art education so they can appreciate art at a very early age, because some of them will not make it to university through formal education, but they can be extremely talented, and we may not be able to identify those talents unless we put them through this kind of training. So we invited artists and we asked Leslie if he can join the campaign, and he said, no worries. And then he's got connections with other artists, so he sent the invitation to 2 female artists from Australia. They came up all the way from Sydney. And then we have Gazilla Bruder is also one of the top female artists that we have in PNG. Very, very talented. And then we have a local artist in Simbu. 5 artists of different styles, they came up to Snowpass. And we have these 80 students and their teachers, they come together. And it is like, you cannot imagine a thing like this happening in a rural part of this nation. It's an amazing program.
5 artists were there at the camp to inspire the students to paint. One of PNG's very own artists, Leslie Wengembo, 2 poem-based artists, and 2 artists from Australia and a local artist in Simbu attended the summer art camp. The art camp was described as a very successful event where students get to show their talents in painting. Leslie Wengembo said this was a very great initiative from the foundation.
But this is like this avenue of the summer art camp. It's a concept in a way that I feel like it must happen frequently. Because this is a seed, and it must happen every year. I feel like if it's happening more often in a place like remote part of the world, of the country, if you see the possibility there, then there's like so much potential to bring it out to the to the entire nations and to see how it goes. Because the one thing about art is it's a thing that every one of us when you're a kid, everyone are artists, but we forget art when we grow up. There's a saying or something. We forget to do it, but everyone is an artist.
From the camp, they have found out that most of the children are gifted with different talents. Mr. Kumura said this talent should have not come out if the art camp did not happen.
And these are disadvantaged kids in a remote part of this country who would have just wasted their talent if we haven't done something like that. So we will have a follow-on program for them, and the objective of the program is to inspire next generation of artists. And also, this artwork will be exhibited so that we can raise funds to support that initiative. So it's an interesting story behind it because the kids themselves are involved in this painting as well. So we will exhibit, and some of the paintings were already out. Mapai got some of the paintings. The Brian Bell Group and say Brian Bell Foundation got some of the masterpieces as well. We did a presentation 2 days ago here in Boracay.
As mentioned earlier that education and health are goals of the foundation, Kumura Foundation had made sure that 10 new aid posts will be built in Bundi Rural to cater for the 22 ward councils.
MIPLA operated a fully dedicated ambulance for the first time for almost 3 years now, donated by Sir Brian Bell Foundation. We've served about 246 patients. MIPLA Ximol come inside Los Cebu Provincial Hospital of Kundiala. Because hardly MIPLA golo walim na golo meding. So MIPLA comes to Simbu in partnership with Simbu Provincial Health. MIPLA make most now. Our work has literally impacted over 20,000 lives in Los remote areas. Right now, one of the biggest undertakings MIPLA got on rural health is we're building 10 community health posts. Bundi got 22 ward areas, council ward areas. But last 15 years or kind of same, none of these ward areas got active aid posts. So I'm just affecting livelihood, and I'm just affecting health. Basic health service is not present. We got one health center in Brahman, Lower Bundi, and we got Bundi Health Center, but Bundi Health Center because the road access, I'm just struggling. We have retired community health workers are serving Bundi, and I'm just affecting effective delivery of medical services.
Funding and lack of political will to push forward work in Bundi has always been a challenge for Kumura Foundation. However, Mr. Kumura said this has never stopped them from reaching out to touch lives in the area.
But MIPLA think of the support should be consistent. Now, MIPLA been asking for strategic partnership so that Usuna Bundi DDH must see Kumura Foundation is one of the most active and dynamic CBA organizations in the district. So we should partner moving changes in the Facebook district. And that never eventuated. So MIPLA still wait for the opportunity in the country. Yeah.
And thanks to the main sponsor, Brian Bell Foundation, and other sponsors, Kumura Foundation has gone a long way in Bundi Rural. Mr. Kumura said he hopes his story will inspire other elites of the country to do the same in their province and districts. He said there is no time to sit and wait for the government.
We're trying to tell people that there is real need out there, and a small community-based organization can take ownership to at least try and find some solutions. Others can find hope in such a story. So they too can be motivated to do something similar so that such positive stories need to be told. And many young talented people with energy can go out there and make something positive for the nation. So.
Kumura Foundation was established in 2017 and has been helping the Bundi Rural LLG and Gambog district in Simbu province in providing health and education opportunities. They are currently taking care of more than 50 children. Recently, they have built a new dormitory for the students in Gambog to accommodate them while on school. Most of the students are aged between 6 to young teenagers of 15 years old. The Kumura Foundation story hopes to be an inspiration to others who are thinking of doing the same in their own area.
And that's all the time we have for this episode. Be sure to join us again next week. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.